Welcome to our first session of Ask the Coach, where coaches at Puractio Coaching will speak to you on topics that we've been hearing in our circles from our clients, or maybe you bring something to us in the comments or a direct message offline. You know, today's topic is really special because, well, we've been hearing a lot about the topic, and Puractio Coaching, we as a practice have been posting on other platforms, other social platforms about this topic of reinvention. So if you haven't caught any of those, well, now you're here. You're in the matrix. So I'm Jeff Elliott. I'm a founder and the managing partner at Puractio Coaching, as well as a coach with the practice. I'm so excited to talk about this. Very simple, but I think a key tool or tactic for you to accomplish goals. Today I'm kind of focused on key steps that you can take to reinvent yourself. And what is a reinvention? Simply a transformation. You're making a change. In its simplest sense, you're changing. You want to take one thing and make it become another, and that could be an aspect of your life. It could be an aspect of your job. It could be any of those things. But why I mention those is because we often tackle problems or goals with our clients with that in mind, being a holistic lens for the person across the table. And that doesn't change if you're going to go through these steps that I'm going to outline alone. It just means that instead of with a coach, or instead of coaching someone, if you're on the other end of the table or other side of the table, you are working through and partnering with yourself. So self and you are working through and navigating this journey of reinvention. So like I said, whether it's something that you want to change in an organization as a leader or an individual contributor, or it's something in your life, I'm hoping that these steps will be of value, and they can help you go and achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So the first of the 8 steps for reinvention is identifying the why. Now, why are you doing this? Why embark on this journey to begin with? Oftentimes we jump into projects or we start working on something without an actual vision. And sometimes it works partially. Most times it doesn't work at all, and I can almost guarantee that it wouldn't be the most effective way to accomplish something. So identifying the why am I doing this? Next, dialing in on that which you want to actually reinvent. I mean, it sounds simple, but like I said, you have this North Star, you want to go in a direction. Now, what are the key points that need to actually be tweaked or remade or started anew? And so those aspects become the goals or the goal that you want to focus on. From there, exploring, what does success look like? If I can say one thing, it's that visualization is one of the most powerful tools in goal setting and goal accomplishment around. Being able to put yourself in a spot and feel and smell and hear what that is, even though you haven't gotten there yet, is huge. When you have created a picture of what that success could look like, you're going to do everything you can do, likely, in your actual span of power to make this thing happen. At least that's what I've seen, and it happens with me as well. So visualization is huge. Might be a small tangent, but exploring, like I said, how success looks and feels. What are the words that you might say once you've reached this thing or you've experienced success? What will you hear people say to you once you've reached this thing or this success? After that, addressing, what actually happens if you don't do it. We'll probably at some point address failure on a different session, but this point is not really about failure. It's actually about not taking any action, because goal accomplishment or realizing your goals and really it's tightly linked with the success that you want to achieve. So that actually, being able to think about the success and put yourself there allows you to create a compelling case. And then the flip side even strengthens or bolsters that case. If you already have a taste of what the success is going to look like, and you've put yourself there and you've had the visceral reaction, and now you're committed and attached, then thinking about any alternative is not going to cut it. So this helps to just corroborate the case for making the change. After you've done that, you can move on to establishing goals. What are the goals that you would like to actually achieve surrounding this thing? Maybe there's just one, maybe there's many. And the other thing to kind of acknowledge, while there might be many goals, even if there's one goal, you're going to have tasks most likely that are going to build you up to a goal. Think of it as a ladder. And it's just one analogy to think of. There are many. But you have these steps, and how many ever steps that you've outlined are the steps that you need to accomplish to get to that goal. So being able to establish those goals and then recognize the success is totally important to the whole endeavor. Once you're there, you have what success looks like. And by the way, when I say what success looks like, I'm talking performance, metrics. How do I recognize it? That's how. Metrics. And keep in mind that when you're building these goals and this action plan, when we talk about goals, we're talking specifically about SMART goals. If you don't know it, after you're done watching this video, make a mental note or write it down to go and do a search on whichever search engine you prefer, and just type in SMART goals and see what comes up. If you see something that has to do with someone named Covey, then you're on the right track. In any case, that has become the standard for goal setting. And so how do you measure performance? Well, with metrics, and did you even achieve the goal? From there, it's just all about going and being the change or the reinvented aspect or aspects that you've kind of set your sights on. Welcome a new you. Be your best self. After a time, and once you feel that you've achieved your goal, and if it's a SMART goal, it absolutely has a date or some kind of end timeline. So once you've arrived there, it's time to go and test your performance. Revisit the metrics that you outlined in the beginning, revisit the initial vision, and then revisit the success itself. Even if there is one goal with 4 subtopics, I'm going to make that up, and you've gotten 3 of the 4, did you really complete the goal? Think about it. Maybe the answer is yes, but maybe it's no. So actively and honestly look at where you started and where you've come. And the other piece of that is, part of this whole retrospective or reflective session with yourself. Think about how you did. Measure what went well, measure what didn't go so well. If you hit roadblocks, were you resilient and overcame those, or did you let those stop you? Blockers. Think about those things. And then the last piece of that is just what could you do better in the future? Focus on constant improvement for your goals is inevitably going to help you constantly improve yourself. If nothing else, the process. And this process, once you've kind of cleared the way and you've defined what your process is, whether that's by yourself or with your coach, or if you were the person coaching the other person, the work that they've done. Once you've defined those things, you can make this repeatable, and it can go for the next goal and the next goal and the next goal. And like I said, that is true whether it's a personal thing, a personal aspect of your life, or even in an organization. So keep that in mind. And then finally, this should be really 9 steps, because I feel like this 8th step, it should be done twice. But you really ought to celebrate your success. What I've seen in my past experience as a management consulting leader, as a coach, even in my hobbies where I am, a leader or not, it's oftentimes success isn't actually celebrated. It's like, oh, check that off because it's perceived as a small thing. Well, let me tell you right now that accomplishing a goal, no matter how big or small, is huge. And if we're going to rewire how our brains think about goals and change how we show up when we're trying to accomplish goals, we have to celebrate and think about things differently. And so I say that it should be twice because if you're not doing it or it wasn't as enthusiastic the first time, remind yourself to do it again. It's a big deal, and you deserve the credit for the work that you've put in. So, like I said, 8 steps to try and create an action plan for reinventing yourself. I hope it's helpful, folks. This is a cool topic. We'll be talking about this on social media through June. So just look out for the content we're putting out. And as always, we love when you like, share, and comment. So please stay tuned, as they say. And until next time, thank you.